So hi sir.
Hi.
Hi. So we're just meeting a couple of days before the year is over.
Yeah.
So me and my colleague we were making a list of top 10 films and top 20 films of this year,
Great.
and we're just jotting down names and numbers and all that. And then your name seems to be your name seems to have come the most number of times.
Great.
Let's say 4 or 5 times. So there's no other actor, there's no other director, there's no other music director whose name has come so many times in this year's top films list.
Great.
பேர் என்ன?
இந்த பெண்ணோட பெயர் அருவி, வயது 24, சென்னை கல்லூரியில் சைக்காலஜி.
உனக்கு யாரு கூடவாது தொடர்பு இருக்கா? அலுமா, மாவோயிஸ், நக்சல்பாரி. மேலே கை வைக்க கூடுதுன்னு பார்க்குறேன்.
டெரரிஸ்ட் ஆர்கனைசேஷன்
இந்த சமூகம் என்ன சொல்லுது?
7 கோடி பேர் பார்க்குறாங்க.
And this has been an especially good year for you, I guess.
Yeah, it's a very, very special year for us. Three very good films.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And all of them doing well.
Yeah, all of them. Doing well. I mean, we had Kotathil Oruthan,
Yeah.
which was not up to this thing, but
Okay.
critically it had a good.
It worked. Yeah.
It worked also. So.
There's a big difference. I'm seeing you for the first time. There's a big difference when you, maybe 10 years back, when you're talking about a producer, you'll expect his office to be in Kodambakam. This is in T Nagar. Then you'll expect him to be wearing a white shirt and a white veshti and a lot of gold bracelets. But obviously, there's a lot of difference in the way you look. How much has production itself changed in this 15-20 year period?
No, that's been like that only. So I'm not, I have not changed anything the way producers look. Producers look good. I mean, only the people who portray producers in movies portray them differently. And there are few people, maybe having that attire. But I believe cinema has not changed. I think only the audience have changed.
It has changed.
Yeah. I mean, changed in the sense like the mindset of the audience have changed.
Okay.
So the segregation between the audience, like the kind of spend they do and how they plan their spend, everything has changed.
Okay.
Is what I sense.
So earlier, how was it compared to now?
Now people don't want to waste their money. On movies.
Okay.
So they decide for which film they have to go with family, for which film they have to go alone, and so that kind of decision is there. And there used to be only one non-theatrical audience, like a satellite channel audience. Now it is like a digital space, mobile, and
Okay.
it's all three different
So even when you're planning your movies, do you plan it separately?
Not like that. So when we just use the basic orthodox method only.
Okay.
Nothing new.
Okay.
So what we do is we just see what could be the size of the audience for this film.
Okay.
If such size will bring what money into the project. And what is the amount which the project needs to make it happen.
Okay.
So we just see the math in between. So based on that we take the call.
Is it, when you said the traditional method and the orthodox method of producing a film, that means you may get the project together, right? You listen to a script or you read a script, and then you have to take all the effort to get that film made in the money that it deserves to be spent on.
Yeah.
That has remained the same.
Yeah.
But at least has the process, at least the scripts changed compared to the scripts that you might have heard of 10 years back or something like that?
No, not like that.
Scripts are still the same.
Scripts are still the same. See, I kind of sense that people, in a lot of instances, people choose good script only. It's what I see.
Okay.
There are so many reasons for a movie to go wrong by the time it comes on screen.
Yeah.
So.
And it's the producer's job to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, definitely. He has the higher level of authority in any project. As a producer, and when a producer gives his a major potential to the project, it becomes very helpful for the whole directors, artists, and technicians in the whole project.
What kind of producer would you call yourself? Do you suggest changes to the script? Do you suggest your own preferences for actors and music directors and all those things?
Every producer does that. That's what like I said, we don't follow any special method or anything. We just stick to the basics. That's all.
Correct.
Every producer does the same. We discuss, and then we don't want to change the film the way we want.
Correct. Yeah.
We just want to present the film the way we liked it when the director narrates.
Can you give me an example? For instance, a film like Dhiran. It has, it's a film that can be made in a small budget and can be made in an even bigger budget.
Yeah.
But then, can you tell me some of the suggestions that you must have made during the phase of making this film?
Suggestions, it's not suggestions, it's all discussions.
Correct.
There'll be like a lot of doubts that we'll be having, how we are going to present this thing, whether this will suit or not, whether that will suit or this. That kind of discussion will happen, and we will find out the amount of money which can be generated in the business perspective, and when we tally it, if there is any part where it becomes difficult, so we'll have to discuss the director to make that happen within the budget that we have.
Okay.
That's the main. Convincing the crew to work in a given time and money is the major part that has to be played by the producer. That is what I say.
And to what extent are your calculations correct? And especially when you plan a film before the film.
In every aspect, not only the producer's decision becomes the final. The kind of acceptance that happens among the crew.
Correct.
That's what matters. Like when you keep improvising in terms of, it can be a creative idea, it can be a business idea,
Correct.
It can be anything. Yeah. So it just discuss and develop. It's a teamwork kind of.
Of course. Yeah.
So
when you look at the job of a producer, how do you see it? Do you think it's a creative profession, or do you think it's a business-oriented profession? It's a commercial profession.
That's the tricky part.
The balance.
The balance.
Yeah.
Artist and technician,
they're completely creative. Most of them. Yeah.
And there are few artists and technicians who they calculate in terms of business aspect.
Yeah.
Also. But a producer should have the creative thing as well as the business thing together in a balanced manner.
50-50.
Yeah, it should be that. When you find the right balance, I believe that you can.
Which side of yours is stronger?
Yours means it's not only me.
Correct.
It's a big team.
Yeah, correct.
So we just bounce our ideas among our team and then come up with the best possible suitable answer for us. When you talk about a director, when you talk about an actor, the director is making the film he wants. In most cases the actor is doing the film that he wants. But a producer needn't make the film that is exactly the kind of film that he wants to make. There are films there are producers that make all kinds of films. In your case, how do you approach a film? Are the films that you make the kind of films that you want to watch? No. So we don't plan the content.
Okay.
We just take the contents in the way it comes to us.
Correct.
So it's just a simple thing. You cannot plan and pick a thing. Okay, fine. I want to do a horror film.
Okay. You don't do that.
We don't do.
But there are others who do it.
Yeah, we are not good at that. That's what I believe. So we just wait for the right content to come.
Okay.
When we find a good content, then we will see. What works and what not works for us in the thing. So what works, we will improve further. What not works, we will either try to better it or not having it, something like that.
So all the films that you've made so far are films that you want to watch. Is it fair to call it like that?
It's always that. But generally, when we like it, then we would want to bring it as it is. But nowadays, we start to think of the. You have to think in all
Aspects. All audiences.
audiences, and when you have a good idea, your the first approach towards that idea is to make that idea reach
As many people.
as possible. So for that, what kind of a value addition you can give to the
Correct. Yeah.
project is what you have to think as a producer. Is what I believe. Like kind of, I mean, having an actor to increase that potential of the
Correct.
project, or if there are any elements which can be there which is missing in the project should be added. And if you have a good content which is very raw, but if you feel that it has to reach all the audience, then you should have it in a manner that it should be digestible.
Correct, yeah.
For the audience. When you give it too raw, they cannot take it. Few films, so you have to. That's where all the other aspect of other emotion, other layer of emotion, or a comedy, or a song, or a visual presentation comes in. So
all that also you have to think about.
Yeah, end of the day.
When you've got, let's say this year you've had two really successful films, two different kinds of films, but both very successful. Three. I'm talking about two specifically. Okay. I'm talking about Dhiran and Arvi.
No, Managaram is also very.
No, I mean the question that I'm asking. Okay. Let's say Managaram and Arvi is one falls into one bracket, and Dhiran falls into another.
We can.
What kind of which of these set of films gives you more success? I mean, makes you feel more happy about it?
Any film which gives you success will make
you happy.
Because, I mean, success doesn't come often to you. Like,
correct. Yeah.
It's a very. I mean, that's what when we speak to our team when there is success, we used to tell them, please take a month time and go enjoy the success.
Yeah.
As much as you can take it.
Correct.
Because you never know when is going to be your next success.
Correct. Yeah.
There are instances where we had to wait some from 5 years to taste a real success.
Real success. Yeah. So
success
now when it comes, it's not overwhelming or anything like that. You're able to just deal it with some grounded.
When you have a span of time and when you cross around 2 dozen or 3 dozen films in your career, then you tend to season your mindset to. You should prepare yourself to equally accept failure and success. So that's what when you become so happy and you cannot control your success, then you will break down when you have a failure.
Correct.
So,
but then in your case, when you have access to two big stars, they are at home. You could have easily settled down and made sure that you're only doing films with both of them. What is your motivation to find these little gems that you found, like Managaram and Arvi and Joker? Do those kind of films. What is your motivation to support
them only?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. When you have a big support from two big stars, you won't have that fear towards failure, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I should thank them only in the first place.
It's because they are there that you are able to take risks.
Yeah. If not Kashmora, then I don't think I mean we could have
not made
managed to make Arvi and Joker simultaneously with all these films. So you just have a thing like
correct.
You have a big support behind you. Those projects will help you to survive if there is any failure.
So do you have to ask them, do you have to consult them when you're signing on a small film like Arvi?
I mean, any project we don't pass on any risk to them. It's just a professional way of handling it. If they like a script, they will do it.
Okay. And the other films that you need other people to do, you have the choice to do it
we
yourself.
have the choice to. Still, Surya and I have not watched the film. Arvi has been busy, so
He hasn't still watched it.
we are all very anxious to
See how
see his response.
See, another question I wanted to ask. When you talk about actors, when you talk about directors, we can imagine that, they'll say, I wanted to be an actor since I was 10 standard. And there are obviously a lot of directors who also say the same thing. Are there a lot of producers who feel, okay, one day I want to become a producer? If so, are you like that?
To be honest, no. And not my brother is also.
Yeah.
We happened to become producers accidentally.
Okay.
So it was never in our dreams
What was your plan like? What were you doing at that time when you started?
to earn money.
To earn money.
Somehow, somewhere.
So you wanted to be a businessman.
Yeah.
And
I am doing that one.
You're doing that. Okay. Is compared
Yeah,
to
it took a lot of time to realize that. You used to wonder after a particular age that what it is that you're going to spend your rest of the
life doing.
doing.
It's a big decision.
Yeah, apart from family.
Family.
So, and you keep searching for the thing, and wherever you go, whenever you feel that looks like I am here. In all other aspects, but your mind will not be accepting that
Correct.
this is not
For you.
what you want and something like that. But I could have that kind of
Okay.
thing inside me
Yeah.
saying, okay, fine,
This is it.
this is it,
Were you always into movies?
watching.
Watching. You were always interested in
I even watched like a marathon thing. Like I was just inside house just watching TV for 2 days.
2 days. So,
Those things are all happen.
okay. When we apart from the production side of it, how do you look at the process of marketing a film or the process of taking a film to the audience? Has that changed a lot? Can you just get away with marketing a film like the old style, just posters and just a little promotion?
I don't think so.
It has changed?
It's changed definitely.
It's changed, okay.
Changed definitely. The kind of reach there among audience to social network is totally
Different, okay.
different. And audience also like very judgmental. When you give something good, then they just want you to keep doing the same thing they like.
Okay.
So it's not that easy. When you give a super duper hit, and the next time when you come up with another film, they would want you to outperform your previous film.
Correct. Yeah.
And so it's satisfying the audience is
Difficult.
It's a very difficult thing. So sometimes you get out lucky.
For instance, when you talk about a film like Arivi and you take a film like Dhiran, how different is the way you approach the film? Or is there a different audience that you're trying to cater to when you have both the films in your hands?
Yeah, there are few points which you have to. The content matters, and the audience response towards the star. And the films which is getting released along with the film.
Yeah.
The time of the film.
Everything matters.
Everything matters in terms of, and mainly the publicity materials that you have. Posters, trailers play a key role in
Change the game.
That changes the game.
Okay.
So it's all about that. Music plays a very important thing. So all these matters. So you just can't leave just any one aspect and move forward.
And finally the content.
End of the day. If the content is not good, whatever you do, it's very difficult to bring the audience into the thing, because every audience you satisfy will bring in another 25 audience nowadays.
Correct.
Their WhatsApp status, their Insta, their Facebook,
everything
Twitter,
is
everything will be filled with their status update. So they reach so much of audience.
So good word of mouth or bad word of mouth is multiplying very quickly.
Yeah, so word of mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
You say word of mouth. It can be text.
Yeah.
They just want to reach out to everybody and say what they have experienced with them through. They make their own videos.
Correct. Yeah.
They write their own reviews. They put their own rating. They have their own stars. A lot of things they do. They create their own memes.
Correct.
To express
Support
their
or
either. I mean, they when they love the film, they make you a hero.
Yeah.
When they don't like the film, they just kill you. So,
another interesting thing which I really like that you're doing is how you announced that when Thiran was running in the theaters, you said that it's going to come out on Amazon in I think 24 days or something like that. Even Aravi, I think you announced that it's going to come on Amazon. How do you look at Amazon as Amazon and Netflix and Hotstar? These things
it's a game changing thing.
It's a game changing thing.
That's going to be the future. Is what I believe. So audience they want to consume content in their own time.
Okay.
Things are changing. I mean, now they are getting into a non-linear pattern. Like
Correct.
if you look at there used to be tea shops some 10-15 years ago. Now it's coffee shop everywhere.
Shops, yeah.
They just don't see coffee shop as just a
Correct,
thing. It used to be like people wake up, get dressed and take a bath, take a shower and get dressed and go to work. And now it's not like that. They just wake up, go straight to a coffee shop, and then they just continue with the work.
Correct. Yeah.
If there is any functions or anything, then just
I know. Yeah. Sure.
they go fresh up and go. So now people are becoming little doing things in their own way.
Own time. Yeah.
Their own time. So there comes the digital medium, and irrespective of where they are, they just want to live in their own world.
Correct. Yeah.
So just any waiting area, they want to kill the time by watching films or
Correct. Yeah.
Texting.
Do you think, at least in your case, there will be a situation where you try to push for Amazon to bring out a movie or Netflix to bring out a movie even sooner? Would you prefer that? At least as a ploy to tackle piracy?
No, that will kill the theatrical business. No, film industry, it will be there.
It will be there.
It will be there.
So this 24 days is the...
I think we should maintain that timeline.
That gap.
Otherwise, still there will be audience for theatre, but that will become limited.
And how do you look at piracy reducing or changing because of these things?
Piracy is not reducing, it's changing, but it has to be reduced.
Oh.
We are working on it. Like now, the fight against piracy is coming to a peak now.
So it'll...
Yeah, there are the amount of what you call the non-professionals have reduced.
Okay.
Past 6 years, Producers Council has been fighting with the whole network, and now there are only few professionals who are
professionals. You mean very good? People
professional thieves.
Thieves. Okay, that's the only way. Yeah. So only those are the people. Few people left.
Yeah. Generally, used to be like few college goers or somebody who
once in a while
who are yet to find their own path will be using internet medium to make some money through their memes or their clippings that they put in their YouTube channel and Facebook and everything. Yeah. They try to make money out of it.
Yeah.
They just don't know about intellectual property rights and stuff. Yeah. They just I used to say a lot of times that we are a generation where we learned everything through piracy.
Piracy, yeah.
There are very less people who bought Windows and...
I know. Correct. Half the movies that we would have watched would have been pirated.
Yeah, pirated. So, it's genetically implanted that watching piracy is not crime. So,
not a crime.
That tendency to change it will take some time. And other states, since they just parted from here as a bunch of things, there is still a decorum among the whole industry, you say. Telugu industry, Kannada industry, and Malayalam industry, they are able to control the piracy thing. Here, the pirates are in third and fourth generations. Like,
Okay, so they're experienced.
they are well like experienced,
Established.
So it's not that easy to,
Correct.
bring them down.
But it's in its final stages, as you said.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Also, what can you tell us about your, I think, the biggest film so far in your career? That's just starting. Surya 36, as it's called. How excited or how nervous are you about that film?
Yeah, extremely excited and extremely nervous at the same time. But what else you can get to? You can. When they both come together, it's always a very exciting thing.
Correct.
You can have your own imagination how things are going to be. Is it going to be too wild or anything? Just
correct.
Up to them only. As a producer, you will have to just facilitate and support the whole thing to that, and then it's all in their hands.
Lastly, of all the films that you've made, which is closest to the kind of film that you would want to make yourself, or the film that's closest to who you are as a producer, as a person, and as a creative person?
It's not like that. It's not.
Okay.
Just every film will have a thing like when we get into a project, like every other time, like we used to have our own fear towards bringing the project in the right sense. Like we wouldn't want to miss out any aspect that we didn't think of or
correct. Yeah.
Discussed or anything. So we always have the same approach towards every project, irrespective of the size
correct,
or the team or anything. We just give the right respect as well as we have the fear to not lose out on the project.
Correct. Yeah.
And you will never learn fully about film industry.
Correct.
There is no formula.
It's a mysterious business.
Yeah, it's a mysterious business. So you should keep improving yourself.
Correct.
So you're learning from your success and failures. So it's just a travel which we have to enjoy.
Correct.
End of the day, it's an art.
Correct. Exactly.
Not just business. So you have to enjoy the whole process. Otherwise, you wouldn't have any good things to
think about it, take forward.
Take forward. To go to look back and
remember.
To remember, you should keep enjoying the project while you're making it now. To think and enjoy it later on.
Yeah.